So this screencast is to introduce you to your final unit of your 8th grade school year. In this unit, you're going to become an expert. You're going to do some reflective thinking about what your needs are, and you're going to be choosing one of 3 learning tracks. So to begin with, hopefully you'll follow the directions and be watching and listening to this video first. And then you're going to find that you're going to be given your own copy of something called a hyperdoc. Now, a hyperdoc is just a fancy word for a document that's been embedded with a lot of live links. Okay, so you'll have your own copy of this that you'll be working on throughout all 4 lessons related to this unit. The first thing you're going to be asked to do is look at the format of this hyperdoc. It gives you your general directions at the top. And it does tell you that you are expected to do the lessons in order. You can work at your own pace, but there will be deadlines noted in Google Classroom that you'll need to meet in order for the reporting periods to show progress for you. And you're only going to be doing the lessons for one of these 3 tracks. So in lesson 1, you're going to be taking the survey, which I'll show to you in a moment. And then for lessons 2, 3, and 4, you're only doing the activities associated with either chemistry, physics, or biology, depending on what you decide during lesson 1. So for lesson 1, when you follow this live link, it's going to take you into a survey. And as you go through the survey, you are being asked to be a reflective thinker and to be honest about what it is you feel you've mastered and you've not quite mastered yet. Several of your questions are going to have this 1 to 5 scale, with the 1 representing the lowest, in this case not well, and the 5 being the highest, very well. So you'll read the questions. First one asks you to reflect on how you've done in your exams, how you did on this post-test that you just finished in Study Island. And this is going to help you later when you're trying to decide what the purpose of some of your work will be. Then you're being asked to think about some general everyday examples of physics, applied biology, chemistry, just to give you an idea of what these things might look like on an everyday basis. You're being asked to do a content preview. This is going to give you an idea of the content that would be reviewed and then built upon to go deeper for each of the 3 choices that you have. So for each of these choices, there's a video. You're going to watch the video. Then you're going to give it an interest rating, again, 1 to 5. Not at all interested in what I've seen and heard, very interested in what I've seen and heard. You're going to do some self-evaluation, put a check on the box for everything you feel you know, leave it blank. If you don't, you're getting credit just for taking the survey honestly. And this is just a way to help you make your decision later on. You've got a short video for physics that introduces some of the questions and topics that physics explores. And again, interest survey, 1 to 5. And then check all that you recall regarding your basic physics that you should have mastered before you leave 8th grade that would be built upon if you chose to go deeper in this path. And then finally for chemistry, video on chemistry, what it basically entails going into high school chemistry, how interested were you when you previewed the content in the video, and then a checklist of the chemistry you should have mastered before leaving 8th grade, before getting into the high school chemistry. Again, just be honest, put a check by what you know, and then think about all of this section as you go into your last and final section where you make your decision. And so to make this decision, you're going to reflect back on what you did up here. Which of the 3 learning paths do you feel you know the most about already? Which of the 3 learning paths do you feel you know the least about so far? And then what is your goal? Are you going to go with the one you know the most about because you want to become better at that? Or do you want to go with the one you feel you know least about because you want to practice something you don't know well enough yet and you want to feel stronger about it before you go into your high school content next fall? You can decide. which way you want to go with that. And then you're simply informing me here, what is your commitment going to be for lessons 2, 3, and 4? Are you going to be doing the lessons in the biology learning path, the chemistry learning path, or the physics learning path? Once you are finished with this, you'll submit it. I'll be able to see your responses up here. And then you'll need to come back into your HyperDoc. You're going to record here in the reflection section. The reflection section is going to be a standalone grade once you submit this HyperDoc on your 4th day of the lesson. So do be sure to, after each lesson, come back over here, respond to the prompts, type in your answers in the document, and then you'll be ready to go on to lesson